Hey everybody, this is Dr. Justin Croushore from the Morehead State University Trombone Studio, and I'm here to help you prepare for your 2025-2026 KMEA Kentucky All-State Audition. In this video, we're going to take a look at the lyrical selection from your repertoire, and I'm going to play it first, and then I'll have some points for you after I perform it. So stay tuned, give it a listen, let's go. Okay, so now that I've played it for you, here's some advice to help you prepare for your own audition. The first piece of advice, it's always the same, but it's absolutely crucial to have a successful performance, and that is practice slowly. For you to get an idea of what the goal is, I played this at the expected tempo from KMEA. But I can promise you that I have spent a lot of time playing this much slower than that. And so have a plan, and if you have 6 weeks, or 4 weeks, or even 3 weeks until your audition, you should be spending at least 1 week or 2 playing this exclusively at a slow tempo. Quality over quantity. Make sure you give yourself the chance to play every note on that page with the best sound you can make, no matter what speed that is at, before you start turning up the BPM. Now let's talk about air. Air is very important to wind instrument playing, and it's extra very important to playing in this legato singing style, like this musical example. We have to make sure the air flows no matter what the slide is doing, and no matter what the music is doing in regards to intervals. We have a great test with the first 3 notes, don't we? F sharp to G, no problem, but then that G to E, the interval of a major sixth, it's very easy to put a foot on the brake pedal when it comes to letting your air move freely. So how do I practice this? First, I work on just blowing the air freely, and I might blow it onto my hand so I can feel that the air is moving freely. So here's the first phrase. And once that feels nice and steady and consistent and not like there's a whole lot of in and out with the air, that it's moving nice and free, then I'm going to try it on the trombone with just air, slide, no sound. And I'm being very careful to notice if I feel like the air is starting and stopping. The air is what connects us from one note to the next, and it becomes more important the bigger the interval is. So take the time to make sure your air is flowing freely. I often say to my students at Morehead State University, ideally it should feel as close to this as possible. Will it ever feel that easy? Probably not, but that's the goal. So take some time to practice with air, slide, no sound. Speaking about the slide, this is another thing that I like to say a lot. If the slide is not in the right place, it ain't gonna work. Take the time, go through slowly, and I'd recommend doing some air and slide as well, or maybe even just slide, to make sure that it really is in the right place. It makes a huge difference on something like this. All of the notes in the sixth partial, that includes F and E, are naturally a little sharp. So we need to adjust with that in the slide, not only for tuning, but also so it feels easy and the note resonates. So high F is usually first position. It's first position here, but we bring it out just a little bit extra. Second position E, same thing, just a little bit more. And while we're talking about these high register notes, let's talk about that high G, 3 ledger lines above the bass clef staff. This is a common struggle note for high school trombonists, and I'm completely convinced it's because the slide is not in the right place. It's not a true second position. Make sure you're never trying to play a G in just a dead center second position. It's actually a good distance in from that. And so if you're trying to play your G here in that true second position, you're fighting a lot harder than you need to, not only for tuning, but also to just get your lips to resonate with the instrument freely. So take the time with a tuner to really find out where that high G is, and then kind of put it into the mix by practicing air and slide and making sure you're never too far out for it. If we try to play that G in a dead center second position, I say that it kind of feels like trying to push a piano up a staircase. It's not fun. Make sure you take the time to get that just right. And then finally, I think it would be a good idea to make a plan for your breathing for this etude. Between now and your audition, you're going to spend many hours practicing, and there's no reason to leave something as important as breathing up to being a variable. Make a plan and stick to it. Don't be shy about adding breath marks into your music. I would use pencil because you might find after a couple weeks of practice, you kind of change where those places are. For my recording, I intentionally made my recording with the camera just about a foot away from myself from my trombone playing, so you could really hear the down and dirty details of my playing as I'm preparing this etude. In your practice room, it should sound like that. Of course, you should be recording yourself and seeing how close to ideal you can make your performance, but also listen again and notice where and how I am breathing. You don't have to breathe in the same places, but notice that sometimes I breathe with the phrase markings, and sometimes I do not. A good example is measure 5. We have a break in the phrase there, but that's a really awkward spot to breathe. So instead, I took a quick little breath in measure 4 and try to make it so it's not too obvious. But I think this is important, and you need to find your places to breathe as you prepare. I hope that this video was helpful to you. If you have any questions, you can find me at the Morehead State University Music webpage. I'm Dr. Justin Croushore. Find my email on there and reach out with any extra questions you may have along the way. For the other etude, the technical selection, my friend and colleague, Brad Kearns from the University of Kentucky, has put together a video to help you prepare. Make sure you check that out. It's going to have some awesome playing for you to listen to and some great points for you to consider as well. Thank you very much. Happy practicing, and see you at Allstate. Bye.